What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Socially Awkward Podcast. My name is Adam. I am back with my buddy Ryan. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. Our first live.
Yeah, this is our first live streams. Don't fuck it up.
No, yeah, for sure. Doing good, man. Doing good. It's Monday. I'm excited to do this one because it's live. Hopefully get some viewers today, on some followers too as well. And so yeah, with this, if this is your first time catching us, please go ahead and share this out, subscribe, give us a like, and feel free to comment because we actually see this. This is real time. We can actually engage with your comments. And yeah, looking forward to it. And already we have our first one before we even brought the topic up. But yeah, man, excited.
We got Lyndon already talking shit. What's up, Lyndon?
Lyndon already talking shit.
Do the comments pop up on the bottom there too?
Yeah, like you click it right here. I click the little thing to pull it down.
Oh, cool. That's a cool little feature.
Yeah. Pretty dope, right? As of right now, for our first one, yes, you are, sir. Our first live. But yeah, excited for this one. You actually, well, how are you today? First, actually, before we jump into this,
dude, I'm doing much better. I feel like my Bell's palsy is pretty much gone away. I can't fully spit yet, but I can close my eyes pretty evenly. Which, for those of you who are not aware, like a week or two ago, I got sick, got Bell's palsy, lost like a lot of feeling inside of my face. Been very annoying, but I'm getting my feeling back. I feel good. Actually feeling pretty good. Sleeping decent. Eating pretty well.
Okay, cool.
Feel okay,
also,
man.
You should never spit. Always swallow, Adam. You know that,
dude.
But
I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. Okay, but if it's what I think it is, and if God forbid I'm ever in that situation, I'm spitting every time. Dude, I can imagine having that in my belly. It's like, ugh.
Right. So before we jump into this, what our topic is today, Adam actually sent me a great little TikTok, and I was shocked to see who was on it. It was actually Vanilla Ice talking about pop culture and how 90s pop culture is like one of the best pop cultures out there. And I would actually say 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Because those two, I know the title says 90s pop culture, best pop culture ever. But with that, I would say 80s and 90s will fall into together because those are some good pop cultures.
Yeah, and as well as the pop culture, we can talk about some of the movies and fashion and stuff. But also another thing that I really think is cool about like the 80s and 90s is I think it was, and I'm not saying this to disparage anybody that's alive now or was born in the straight technology age, but I will say this, that I think it's the last great generation as far as like I was born in 81. So I was a part of a generation that was there when the internet first came about, but I also have a long life before that. So I was used to being outside. I was used to just being a kid and having fun, and my mom telling me go outside and play. You can come back in when it's dinner time, and just life before we were tied to devices nonstop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. We were the same age, and so our generation was more of the not test dummies, but it was more the evolution stage of like, okay, we were still the whole go outside and meet up with our friends, ride our bikes, and go to the river or the creek and shit like that, and do shit, and catch frogs and lizards. But then we had the technology stuff. We had video games. We had VCRs and cable.
Did you get a Nintendo when they came out in the mid 80s?
I did. I think it was like a year afterwards because my parents and everything and were like, "We ain't paying $200 for it. What the hell is this?" and they can even say Nintendo, right? But yeah, I did have one and I loved it. I mean, it was cool, but we wasn't able to. I wasn't able to like to sit there all day and play like people can do now.
Yeah.
Is it go outside and turn the TV off, and because shit, people they thought that the systems and Nintendos and video game shit was fucking up their TVs.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was 85 or 86. I can't remember exactly which year the Nintendo came out. I don't know how we were able to get one. I think my dad may have stole it. I'm not sure, but we lived in, I think, Knoxville, Tennessee, man. And I was just
friends out there.
Yeah, I was like 5 years old or something, or 6 years old. And I remember my dad bringing home a Nintendo. And back then, man, it was just like with Mario, but it was cool because there was no like internet. There was no like online anything to like drag you in for like hours and hours and hours. No like online community or anything like that. It was literally, and also it was back in the good old days when you just had cartridges. So you be able to put the game in, blow on it a little bit, put the game in, put it down. Hopefully it works. And then you just play the game. Like you didn't have to buy the game and then download 89 gigs to to like do anything. It was like, I love the 80s and 90s, man. Like I think it was just a nice mix between living in the physical world and not having all this insane technology, but also having like the some of that technology, like the infant versions of that technology. So we got the best of both worlds.
Absolutely, and it was so nice. I was a Nintendo fan. My sister ended up getting a Sega, so I had, but like later on, I kind of convinced her to get one. I was like, "Hey, get the Sega. Tell me you want Sega, and I'll get Nintendo, and we can have both of the stuff things." So I was like, and she's like, "Oh, well, I'll play with you, no problem." So I kind of coached my sister into getting a Sega, so we have both systems.
Yeah,
but that was later on in life. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, it was just man, brings me back to the times, and it's funny because video games, like I loved them and everything, and I mean, we had Game Boys if you wanted to play stuff on the go, and we had all this stuff like that.
Oh, I got a fucked up story about a Game Boy.
And so it was just like fucking hey, like we couldn't go online to check out cheats or how to pass something. If you wanted to, if you couldn't figure something out yourself, it was like, okay, well, you can call the Nintendo Power hotline and shit like that. And I'll subscribe to the magazine. Hopefully, they'll show something in there that you did not know. And
the closest thing we had to cheating back then was like a Game Shark or something, where it like gave you like, I don't even remember exactly what it did. I just remember that Game Shark being like the thing.
Right. Got it. Basically, hacked it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's up, AG?
Lyndon says I had a Sega Dreamcast and Nintendo. Okay, that's what's up.
Oh, dude, I remember. I think the first game I played on the Sega Dreamcast was it NBA or NFL? I want to say NBA 2K. Didn't that first start on Dreamcast, like the 2K games? I'm not Lyndon. I'm not 100% sure. You can fact check me on that, but I think it was NBA 2K. I think, and it was on the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Yeah, so yeah, the Sega Dreamcast was like cool as shit when it first came out. It didn't last very long, but
it was. You know why it didn't last very long? Because it was ahead of its time. Because everything that it did back then, all the systems do now, and people didn't understand, like, why do I need this? Why do I need to plug this into the phone cable, or why do I need to have a cartridge to save stuff? And then the next generations, they were starting to do that. Oh, this is cool. Oh, and then why you just really develop shit for Sega Dreamcast? It's like, oh wow, that's fucked up. But it was just ahead of its time.
Yeah, you used to have like these little 4 or 8 megabyte little memory cards or whatever.
Yeah,
and that was like something. Now you can't download a game for anything less than like a small game's like 15, 20 gigs, and then you get into like Call of Duties and stuff like that. I mean, you're talking about easily like 90, 100, 120 gigs, depending on what you. Fuck. It's insane.
A hard drive. It's a little mini hard drive.
Yeah, it's crazy. But before I forget though, so I was in, I think, like 5th or 6th grade, man, and my dad, I'm not proud of this, used to work at a Walmart distribution center. That's not what I'm not proud of. I'm not proud of the fact, but when he worked there, this is what I'm not proud of. When he worked there, he used to steal stuff. My dad used to bring home like Nintendo games, because you're talking about back in the late 80s, early 90s. my dad worked at a Walmart distribution center, and that's back before they had like they were checking people, before they had like those little what do you call them? Those little things to check people for stealing shit. Those little metal detectors and all the security at Walmart. They didn't have all that, so it was just the employees. And my dad would like still. We had like 2 or 3 of like each Nintendo game. It got out of hand. Anyways, we had like 2 or 3 like Super Mario 2. It was stupid. So then I had a Game Boy once, and we had like a couple Game Boys, and I didn't ask my dad or nothing. I actually got in big trouble for it. I took one of the Game Boys to school, and I was going to sell it to one of my friends for like, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks or something. And when I went to school, I was like, for some reason, I wanted to fuck this guy over. And to this day, I have no idea why I did this, but I was going to sell him a Game Boy and like 4 or 5 games. But the game that I put in the Game Boy while I was selling it to him, and I didn't tell him this, I super glued it in. I super glued the game into the Game Boy. So when he went home, he wasn't able to get the game out. So it completely like, he bought the other like 3 or 4 games for nothing. And he wasn't very happy about that. And I don't know why I did it, because he was paying for the whole thing. And then I went home, told my dad that I took one of the Game Boys to school, sold it, and he spanked me. So, yeah, I was a piece of shit.
Damn, bro. Yeah, trying to scam people already. Shit. But no, yeah, I had a Game Boy. Before I get that was kind of fucked up story. Yeah, I agree. You say it was fucked up. It was a fucked up story.
Like, who super glues games into a Game Boy before they sell them? Like, who does that to people?
What the fuck? Why would you do that to the Game Boy? Fuck the dude, but the Game Boy itself. Yeah, so you said triple check about that. Sonic was the first game that to play on Sega. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why my sister, she said, "Oh, I like Sonic. I want to get that." Sure, go ahead and get it. Yeah, whole
Sonic and Knuckles and Tails, like Sonic and Knuckles, like that shit was a lot of fun.
It was. AG says, "I'm surprised it wasn't DePaul's dad." Well, the funny thing about that is that my dad wasn't really in my life like that, so I'm not surprised.
AG coming in hot with the racism. I love it.
Just stereotypical shit. Damn.
Dude. Yeah, but then you go stereotypical on yourself and you say your dad wasn't there.
He really wasn't there. Not that much. Like, I know my father. I mean, we talk now and we have a building relationship, but no, he wasn't like, he has his own things he had to go through. So, and I'm fine with that. But yeah, pop culture is it. Here's the thing, like you said, like we didn't really focus on having the internet, but it was the launching pad into the technology stage, and we had like TV was really getting big, VCRs.
Yeah.
Remember
Blockbuster?
Oh, Blockbuster, Hollywood Video. We didn't know, like it was like everything was like a freaking game. Like, are you on Blockbuster? No, I'm going to Hollywood Video. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
well, these kids, man, like now everything is so easy. They just get to plop down on the couch and find something on Disney Plus. Man, like it was cool because you used to have to go to like a Blockbuster or someplace like that, and you would go and you would hope, like a movie that came out, you would hope that they had it in stock. So you'd have to go there, and it's all like alphabetical order. So you'd have to, like, if you're looking for Terminator, you have to go find Terminator and hope that they had some, and that if they were sold out because it was like a new rental release thing, you'd have to come back like a couple days later and look again. And it was just so much more. Like, look,
it was an experience.
Like I'm not like some old fart that's like wishing we could get back to VCR and Blockbuster. No, I'm glad things are streamlined, but there is something cool about that time and having to like experience those things, and you have to go do a thing to get something. Like, it's not everything is not just like boom, boom, boom. Like, it's just we've lost all perspective on having to work for any kind of entertainment that we get.
You just give me a great idea. I'm actually gonna do it with my daughter. I'm going to create that same experience because I still like going to the movies. I love going to movies, and it's not always because of the actual movie. If it's a movie I like to see, I want to see, like a Spider-Man movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna juice up for it. But like the experience, getting popcorn, freshly popcorn, some candy, a drink, and sitting there and chilling, checking out the trailers, getting there early. so you can see what's coming out next and just being psyched up for it. And like, okay, cool. That whole experience was amazing. And even
Yeah.
with Blockbuster, we was able to do that without going to the theater. Going there on a Friday after or evening, hopefully, like you said, that either the game or the movie that you wanted to see,
Yeah.
that was a new release, is there because they only had like 20 available out of the whole store. Like, okay, here we go. And you on there like, oh, hey, mom, dad, can I get some candy or like this? And yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. And it's like it was just like rewarding because like, oh, cool, yeah, we got this one. It was a race. It was
Yeah.
competition to get that release. So no, yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, that is different now, and I'm actually gonna try it though with my daughter. I'm gonna create that same experience because yes, we have streaming apps like Disney Plus. Play the shit out of what's it called, that El Canto or the show movie.
That new
Uh,
new movie on
yeah,
Disney.
Disney kid movie. It's a good movie. I actually like it. But so I'm gonna try to recreate that. But
What do you mean, like making popcorn and kind of like? What do
yeah,
you mean?
like go out into the say take it, let's go to the grocery store or go to a store, pick out your favorite candy,
Oh, I
or
got you.
something like that, and like, okay, what movie you want to watch? And like, oh yeah, we want to see this, and pick the movie that you want to watch and have a certain time. Boom, boom, just ready to go. Have popcorn pop. Might even get a Jiffy Pop because they still sell those. Those are pretty cool, right?
What the hell's is that, like a slushy? Like, I don't know what that is.
Jiffy Pop?
A Jiffy Pop.
You never had Jiffy Pop?
Mm-mm. Never even heard of that.
So it's actually a popcorn shaker. So basically, it's like a aluminum foil a pan. It has a handle on it, a metal handle on it.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah,
like it pops like in a little thing, right?
yeah, exactly. And you just put it
Yeah,
over the fire and just shake it, and it pops right there.
gotcha.
So yeah, so I'll try to do all that. And it's like, oh, just create that experience. But yeah,
Yeah.
um,
Well, another
chat
thing.
is
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead. No,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say another thing about what's cool at Blockbuster is like, because the movies are pretty cheap, and it's not something that you just. It's not like if you went to Blockbuster, you had to go like you'd try to leave with like 4 or 5 good movies,
Mm-hmm.
and then try to watch them in a couple days, because it's not like it wasn't so, at least for us, we lived so like out in the country, so it wasn't like a convenient thing. You just go to Blockbuster whenever you want. It's like, oh, we're going to Blockbuster, so you'd go there, so you better hope they got the movies that you want, and you try to find something, but you had to get like a stack of them, because it's going to be like days before you ever get to return them or come back, and I don't know, like we didn't have any money, so it's like you just get what you can get and don't throw a fit.
Hey, I agree. I agree. I mean, it was pretty cheap back there. Like if got a sale or a deal, like they're having a special, like, oh yeah, $3 or $4, maybe $5. Usually they call like $5 or $6 for a movie for the weekend. But yeah, if you got like on like we're doing a special this weekend, $3 for a new rentals, or I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that's what's up. Like a couple of them, and yeah, like Lennon says, you can go Blockbuster, set up a whole movie date weekend, or it just has everything for the family. So they want some not adult content, but like suspense or action. Here we go. You want some
Yeah.
comedy stuff for the kids, or animation, or everything you want. It was awesome.
I think the
But
movie
yeah, so
I tried to get the most was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was always the one I tried to get.
bro, man, that was classics. That was the first one was awesome. Was it the second one that had Vanilla Ice in it? Yeah, it was, huh?
Vanilla Ice was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, man.
It's been a while since I've seen those movies. What was? Oh, he was. No, wait. Hold on.
He did a song. They were fighting, and they ended up crashing a concert that he was in, and he
Okay.
did the Go Ninja rap song.
Okay. Yeah, I vaguely remember that. What
But
do you
yeah,
remember about the like what are your earliest memories of like how you use the internet?
earliest memories. So my earliest memories of using the internet. Trying to think.
Then he said he was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. Okay.
Okay, cool. The earliest memories was honestly dial up. Um, AOL, AOL. Oh my god. And doing anything like if you try to watch pull up a picture, oh my god, it took you like 15 to 30
It
minutes.
would let the picture literally like load
Just
like in
yeah,
lines like this.
jerk. I'm like, what the fuck? So like the chat was cool. I mean, you had to do the chat, but it was like, okay. It got bored after a while, but so yeah, that going on there, checking emails, parents like, oh, show me how to do this, and it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So that's the earliest that I can remember.
I think the earliest I can remember is I remember in middle school or high school, maybe like the late 90s is when I actually remember like getting online, like in the like in the like in the library, maybe like they
Okay.
we didn't have like much computer. No, maybe it's like a computer lab or something. I don't remember,
Okay.
but all the earliest like the thing that I remember doing myself on the internet was in the Yahoo chat rooms. I don't know if you remember those or not.
Mm-hmm.
Those things were fucking amazing, man. Like there was so much mystery to it because in those Yahoo chat rooms, I don't know if anybody watching remembers this, is you could go in there and play. Justin said, "Algorithm keep me hooked to your stuff, sugar bread."
That's what's up. Welcome.
Thank you, Justin. Appreciate that, buddy. What I loved about the Yahoo chat rooms is you'd go in there and you chatted with people while you were playing. You could play like checkers, chess. Maybe there's like other games, but you would literally go to like I think I liked playing checkers or chess. I don't remember which one, but anyways, I'd go find a chess game, and then you would try to go look for other people that had an opening that were looking for a partner to play chess with, and then you try to. And then you would try to, I think I'm getting this right. And then you would try to find someone who looked like it was a girl, like have a girl name. So then you'd be playing chess or checkers and you're trying to like flirt with this girl. It's probably some 40-year-old dude from Utah. So who fucking knows? But dude, I talked so much shit, like sexting, like that was how I sexted back in the day. It was Yahoo chat rooms. But there was never any, but you just talked. But back then that was like stimulating enough. It was like sexy. It was hot because you were like a teenager and you could talk to, you thought was hopefully it was a girl and you were like talking shit and you're talking nasty. And that was like, back then, that was before I ever watched porn or before any of that. So it was like, it was very stimulating.
Yeah. No, I do remember that too. Not all to that extent. I mean, I did do some sex chat rooms, shit like that, and but I remember playing chess on Yahoo chats and everything like that, and then Yahoo had their Yahoo groups and everything, and it got out there. It was like holy shit. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, the whole internet when it first happened, like I actually got on chats and they had the MSN chats, like everyone tried to start doing that shit. Create their own chat, MSN chats.
Yeah.
Everybody tried to do the whole chat thing once. Okay, we can actually start doing chats. I actually met a girl. She was pretty cool. I haven't talked to her in so long, but we became friends afterwards. We tried dating, but she got me into SMN, BDSM. She told, oh my god,
in dated, what way? She's beating on you.
Both.
Dude, you're such a weirdo.
Vice versa.
Yeah, right.
No, yeah. That we can do a whole story about that one, a podcast about that one too. But no, yeah, it was cool. It was cool, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. But
yeah, Yahoo Messenger. Lyndon said Yahoo Messenger, AOL chat, MSN chat. Man, it was all about. See, that's the fun. That was like the fun of it, man. Like back in the 90s, like the chat, like just texting with some person. It's like, oh, this person they live on the other side of the country. It was like you never even thought of being able to talk to other people that you didn't know. You know what I mean? Especially, I don't know how many people that I thought were probably girls that were probably not girls at all. Who knows?
Oh yeah, hella catfish out there, and that shit. They made a whole fucking TV show in 2000s because like fuck, we had this many people doing this, and that's the thing. You never know. I mean, it was so crazy because like just that inner portion of it and meeting people, you didn't know what was gonna happen. Like, and we were so like just like fuck it, let's just go ahead and try it. Meet up over here and this, and it just evolved. Like went from like, hey, when we were younger as kids, if we want to meet up with our friends, we just looked for where all the bikes were piled up, right? And then it's like, oh, everybody's at so and so's house. Okay, cool. And compared to now, like everybody's on like their phones and social media, and like just looking, oh well, this and this, and I'm like, it's night and day. So that's why I feel like the pop culture for us. I mean, we had awesome fucking movies, awesome fucking TV shows that just stuck out. That like it actually gave like what a message in most of the shit. Like it was so amazing, awesome music. I mean, shit. I was driving home from Reno yesterday. My wife, I was like, I need you to drive. I was like, oh, no problem, I'll drive. And so I just put on Pandora. She said, what do you want to listen to? I said, put on 90s pop culture, pop music. And fucking sure enough, like I was just like music, that whole pop culture music shit and pop culture in general, just a time machine. Because I was like, just every time a song that I really like just triggered a memory. It was like I'm just driving, laughing. She's knocked out. She's like, "Yeah." I was like, and she woke up like, "Why are you smiling?" I'm like, I'm just fucking reminiscing, you know. I'm having a good time, just driving, just reminiscing about my childhood, you know. And we had some of the best fucking music, and like shit, we made infomercials about it. Remember, like you know what I'm talking about, right?
Putting all the songs on the like 50 songs on one disc and shit like that.
Yeah,
Or
like they're like, oh, the timeless classic hits from the '90s, and you wake up with the TV on, and like, what the fuck is this? Like,
dude, I
like,
remember back in the late '90s listening to Crisscross, and I thought it was the coolest shit ever. And I was trying to go to school wearing my clothes backwards. My dad wouldn't let me. I would literally, I got in trouble because I would go to school. I would go to the bathroom, turn my clothes around like an idiot, and then like I think my sister told on me. So because she saw me in the like hallway or something. So my dad spanked me over that. My dad couldn't stand that I would kept. He's like, it pissed him off so bad that I kept trying to turn my damn clothes around. And like to warm it up, Chris. I'm about to like, and now you go back and listen to that. It's like, oh, this is fucking stupid music. But back then, like Crisscross, like I thought it was like for a year or two straight. Like I was maybe like a good solid year. I was like, I loved Crisscross.
yeah, no, Crisscross was cool. It's just like, well, what else? I had a stage. I did rap and alternative music and rock. And my mom was like, "What the fuck?" Like, actually, all my family was like, why are you listening to this? I'm like, I'm diverse. I like different things. I listen to no one else listen to rock or alternative shit.
Goddamn Uncle Tom, why you listen to rock and roll?
Man, it was like it was good shit. I mean, so people were like, okay,
what kind of rock and roll?
So I did listen to Metallica. Went with was Korn. I listened to some Korn. Who else I listened to?
Are you doing this to make yourself seem more culturally diverse, or
no? Actually,
are you full of shit?
I'm 100%. I'm not bullshitting you.
I can't picture you listening to Korn.
Really?
I'm sorry. I look, call me racist. I don't care.
Papa Roach. Fucking.
You look like a Run DMC kind of guy.
I listen to Run DMC. Yeah, I mean that was early '80s. Yeah, I mean that's like what everybody like in my whole house listen to and shit like that. But yeah, no, for sure. But I mean the list can go on and on. Green Day. I listen to Green Day.
I like Green Day for a little while, but they're their music kind of started to annoy me a little bit.
I tried to get into NAR, but I was like, y'all too fucking grunge for me. I can't do that shit.
Dude, I'm white as shit, and I never got into like heavy rock type music, man.
Like that death metal, I can't do that shit. Y'all
like death metal does nothing for me. Like hard rock really doesn't do a whole lot for me either. I don't know, like as far as rock goes, I like Metallica. It's not something that I would like sit around and just listen to for hours or anything.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you're in the right mood, the songs kind of pump you up.
Exactly. Yeah. If I wasn't like, I have to have this. It was a more certain song. Okay, I like this. This on the radio is playing. All
give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh,
that was the hitter right there.
Fuel. Yeah.
Well, here, this one right here, I got pull this back up. 90s culture, best music stayed out until the street lights come on. Facts. Go to your friend's house to hang out. Friday night hangouts at the mall, movie, skating rink, bowling alley. Yep. Hey, we had we had good fucking times. It was fun.
Yeah. Well, and when he says, go to your friends and hang out, like that's how it was, man. And where we grew up, like there wasn't very many people that even had like phones. Like we had phones sometimes, but we didn't have very much money. So yeah, we didn't have very much money. So like we very rarely like had like a stable like phone. So in order, like we lived in this place called McDonough County. It's actually a couple miles up the road from us, about 30 minutes away, up in Missouri, across the state line. We lived. It's all paved now, but back then it was this long dirt road where it was like up in the hills, man. And we lived at the top of one of these hills in a trailer, all 8 of us, 6 brothers and sisters and parents. And to go see if I could play with my buddies John and Corey, you literally had to walk or ride your bike down this like half a mile an hour or half a mile long dirt road, and you go down there and see if they're home. And if they're not, fucking sucks because you got to walk all the way back up the hill or ride your bike up the hill. That's a long fucking walk. I know no one watching this gives a fuck about what I'm saying, but it mattered to me at the time and it sucked.
Hey,
but that's how it was, man. Like and now every fucking 12-year-old has a cell phone, and they just text and play Fortnite all day.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, and it caused people to really interact with each other back more. It's like the parents had to go talk to the parents, and I remember when I had my son, when he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go stay at so and so's house." His mom's like, "Okay." I'm like, "No, fuck. Okay, who is this person? I need to meet the parents." Yeah. I'm like, "What do you mean? Okay?" Like, no, give me the number. I need to. I'm like, "No, we ain't do." Okay. My son was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm a parent. I care."
That makes me think of something. Back then we were able to go outside, and I don't know if you lived out in the country or the city, but for us, we lived out in the country, so we were able to just stay gone for hours, and our parents never like worried that something was going to happen to us, someone was going to steal us, or get caught up in sex trafficking. But now it feels like, and here's my question: are things less safe now, or do we just have more access to information? So we there's a 24-hour news cycle now, so now we think things are less safe, when in reality, our kids could go play in 99.99, just like back then. They would be fine like they were now.
Mm-hmm. So that's a great question. Things are not less safe. What it is, I believe, is that people are less interactive with each other. And what I mean is that more people were adept to connecting and talking and socializing. That, okay, well, I know this person, I need to get to know you. And they would actually do shit if they saw something, rather than just turn a blind eye and like, oh, it's not my business. Mm-hmm. So like people, like parents used to talk to other parents, like, okay, yeah, this is cool. Oh, I know you. Okay, I know where my kid's at. They used to talk to each other. Like,
yeah,
hey,
that's a good point.
Yeah, right. It was like, I'm going to Jake's house. Okay, cool. I know Jake's parents. I got his number, so if I need it, I'll contact you. I know how to get a hold of you. Okay, great. And then, but now it's like no one talks with her. Everybody's like, I don't want to be in your bullshit. I don't want to hear from your bullshit. That's socializing is almost non-existent anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a great point. I never thought of that. So it's not, the people aren't doing worse things than they were before. People have always been pieces of shit or not.
Yeah.
But we have more access to just, we know about more of it now because of the internet. But what has changed, which actually may make it less safe in actuality, is, if I think I got this right, is that back then, everybody within like your neighborhood, everyone kind of knew each other. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, even if you're going to someone's house across the neighborhood, we know this person, we know this person. No one's gonna fuck with their kids. Everybody's kind of watching each other's back, some one way or the other. But now I don't even know the person who lives right across the street from me. Like no one knows anybody anymore. So you don't know who your kids are driving by. You don't know. You don't, like, this neighbor is not watching your kid. He's not out there on his lawn. If he sees anything, he'll do something. Because there's no community anymore.
Exactly. And that's
kind of depressing,
right? And I'm because that's why I'm like my new house and everything. I want to build that community. I want like no, I know you. Hey, if you ever need anything, you need a cup of sugar. No problem. You don't need a cup of sugar, but I get that. You just want to fucking go for a barbecue and get great. Okay, great. You want a beer? Awesome. Let's do. But no one does, and it's sad and depressing. No one does that anymore. And
sorry, go ahead.
I would say that's part of our pop culture too.
Yep. Lyndon says it's crazy how shit. What's it say? It's crazy how shit has changed to where we can no longer actually become neighbors with our neighbors. It's like it's almost like nobody. It's like everybody's too cool to be friends with people anymore. And it's like but people like their comfortable little lives where they watch their shows, they eat their food, and it's like no one wants to be bothered by having like community and like friendships and people over and like nobody I say nobody, that's I don't mean that literally, but nobody like wants their kids at your house. It's like you just okay, no, just I don't want kids over here. Like I don't know, like no one wants to be bothered with anything anymore.
No one wants to feel judged. That's why. And I think that might have I won't say that's why, but I think that has something to do with it because when kids, we used to tell our parents shit. we used to tell like air that fucking laundry out there had some issues going on. Like you would find out from the kids. Oh yeah, I can't go over to John's house today. Well, why? Like he said something's going on with his parents and like
he's beat the fuck out of his mom. I think she's dead. We're not sure.
Ain't that damn extreme, but still, it's like okay, what the fuck? But people are so worried and concerned what the other person's going to think. It's like don't worry about what's going on outside your house. Worry about what's going on inside your own house. Fix it, and then just continue to help other people. Just embrace people. It's like I don't have a lot of friends, people who I actually call friends, but those and they don't even live all around me like that. But those who I do call my friends and actually want to hang out with. Hey, I'll say, hey, let's do this. Come over. I'll barbecue or something like that, or let's go to see a movie or something like that. Like I want to spend time. I want to hang out. I want to socialize and do something like that when the time permits. So, but people don't do that. Like I have a neighbor. They have dogs. They I think they breed dogs, and the dogs they love me for some reason. They broken through my fence and everything. I had to redo the fence, and they love me. Their dogs and so I would like if I'm barbecuing, I'd throw a piece of meat over there. Like here you go, that I drop on the floor. He saw me one time. I was like, he said, "Hey man, please don't do it." I was like, you know what? Because he's breeding. I was like, I'm not even mad. I completely understand. I get it, no problem. But we don't socialize because, and I try to be cool, like give him the head. Hey, what's up, man? Have this and this, and I get the cool nonchalant like. I'm like. All right, man, I'm trying to be cool and everything, but and even with the dog thing, I was like, I get it because you're selling the dogs, you're breeding the dogs to sell, make a profit, so you don't know what's going to happen, and I don't want it to like, oh, my dog got
fuck
sick.
Those stupid dogs. It's the best meal they've had in forever.
Nice piece of tri-tip too, but so, yeah, but it's just that thing is like people don't take the time to actually socialize.
Yeah. How do you feel about people's like? Do you think? I think the internet, the emergence of that, and people becoming like online, like an online species, for lack of a better way to put it, versus like back like we were talking about before, back when you had to like go talk to somebody to talk to them, you get just text super easy. I feel like people's mental health, the internet has made people's mental health way worse. Like I feel like
yes.
we were dumber back then, as far as we weren't dumber. We were more careless, and people were more careless in general. Things are like much more like nerfed, and people like don't want their kids to do anything dangerous and all that. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I feel like kids are actually worse off than they were back in the 90s because I feel like we had a little bit thicker skin. We were able to like
sheltered.
We were able to cope with things a lot better. Things like now, like there's no like no one has any like real coping skills. And the internet has made us so sheltered and so like reclusive, and it's all fluorescent lights, and there's no like real like people need human interaction. People need that kind of like real time do we get along? Do we not get along? Are we arguing? Are we figuring this out? We do that when you do all that in person. You're able to form a personality, and you're able to like cope with things and deal with things. And I feel like kids now are just everything's online, and kids are just they're way mentally weaker and way more entitled than they were back then. And it's not even their fault. It's just the way I just feel like that's the way it is.
That's a good point. Very good point. And I was gonna say yes, I agree. I do agree that it makes them more sheltered and not have to actually face things that they need to, like challenges and just obstacles that that we as our generation had to face. Rejection and building that self-confidence. Rejection is not bad. Rejection is good. It helps you to learn how to take no for an answer and learn how to just continue pushing forward.
Well, and it's going to happen more times than you're not going to be rejected. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, but Lyndon actually had a good point. He said, I don't think the internet has made people's mental health worse. I
disagree.
Here's my thing about that. I don't want to say yes or no, but because this is why. I think it's brought mental health up a lot more than was brought up back in the day, our time, our era, as kids and everything. But I think because of the internet and social media and everything, the images that it creates and the perception that it creates for society is so one-sided and it can be negative. And if you don't fit in this small box, it fucks with your mental health.
Yeah. Well, the reason I think it's worse for especially kids' mental health is because, like, especially for girls, because of Instagram and all these filters and all this, it's done for girls on the internet are not real.
Oh, I hate these fucking filters.
Like it's like one thing that I wish we could get rid of is these beauty filters, because and don't quote me on this, but I'm almost 100% sure, if you fact check me, I think I'm right, that things like suicide attempts and suicide, I hate to say suicide, actual suicides have gone like through the roof since like Instagram and like, especially for young girls. Like I don't even think it's a question that kids' mental health is. Maybe we didn't talk about it back then because it wasn't a big deal. We were just living our life. Like it wasn't all like, well, my mental health is bad. And
you got a good point.
Yeah, and I'm almost done. So I think that it's not that we didn't have mental health issues, but they weren't the same. Like there wasn't, like, if there's any bullying going on, it happened in school and you dealt with it at school, or your parents came to school and you fucking dealt with it. But now you don't even know half the time when these kids are being bullied, because it's happening on TikTok, it's happening on Snapchat, and they walk around sad and they hate themselves, and it's just. And there's a lot more opportunity for a lot more people to bully people because of the internet.
100%. I was going to add on to it, but no, you touched it. Yeah. Versus basically at school getting bullied, 2 or 3 people messing with you, and some other people taking up for you, and then your parents are addressing it, and hey,
it eventually gets worked out.
Boom. Compared to millions of fucking people who have access, or billions of people who have access to your photos and what you do, and then just having that many people, not saying you have 1 billion followers, but that can bully you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and just like, oh, kill yourself. Well, do this. And go, hey, like, just like make you feel like shit. Words hurt. Words have power.
Especially when you're young and you haven't developed the ability to look at that and be like, oh, that's just an unhappy person. I don't care what they say about me. When you're a teenager, you don't think like that. You just think you take that shit to heart. And as an adult, if I see something super negative, I'm not made of steel. I kind of piss me off too, but it may piss me off, but I don't go to sleep, fucking hate myself because of any internet comments anymore. But, but when you're 12 and someone is calling you fat and ugly online and no one likes you and you have nasty clothes, dude, that's how fucking suicide happens.
You 100% right on that one. I mean, it's, yeah. So I can't add more to it because you hit it the head on the nail on the head. But
It's unfortunate. And
unfortunate, yeah.
And then the internet's not going anywhere. Obviously, online world's not going anywhere. So I think the best thing we can do now is just we gotta educate people, man. Like we gotta, just I don't know how to tackle online bullying. That's above my pay grade. Because kids, because it's the same issues that causes it. You got an unhappy kid because their home life probably sucks, and maybe their parents are shitty to them. So then, when people are like that, then they look at people that are less than them. They use that as an outlet to let out their frustrations.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's no shortage of people that have shitty home lives. So I don't know how you stop online bullying.
You won't ever stop it. This is how I actually combat it. I know I have tough skin. I know you have tough skin. So I've always been like either in elementary school or like grade school, shit like that. I was always tall. I was like 6'1" when I was in sixth fucking grade. And so no one and even as a fourth grader, I was like 5'9". So I stopped growing when I got in freshman. I stayed 6'1", but I was always a person like they don't fuck with him. He's just too fucking big. Those who try to fuck with me, they saw that I wouldn't back down. I was like, whatever. If you want to do what you want to do, come on. But I always was the one who actually stood up for the underdog and was like step in if I needed to. Like I'll take it. And even now online, I do that shit too. And people, I see somebody like being like tore down, like, oh yeah, look at your fucking teeth, and oh that motherfucker's ugly as fuck. I'm like, I'll find the one thing that even if they're fucking ugly, I'm like, if I'm not attracted to them, like I'll find the one thing that actually stands out. Hey, love your nose. It's a cute nose, or your smile is amazing. Keep it up because it's different. It's and people like this, and they're like, oh, you're a simp. I'm like, oh, I'll be a simp, but whatever you want to call me. But you guys are fucking dicks. And I'll take the blunt of it if I can. So it's just like, will we get rid of bullying? No, that happens shit. I've been bullied before. I mean, and there's a difference from bullying and just fucking fucking with your friends and jumping around. And so people need to know the difference because we used to do this shit all the time as kids, like talk shit to each other and just have fun and like you call it capping the dozens, all that shit like that.
If you were a kid in the 80s and 90s and you weren't talking shit, you and your friends were talking shit to each other, then I don't think you're very good friends.
Right?
So we call each other some stuff you can't say online anymore.
Man, right? Oh, you know what? You said something earlier too that you and your brother used to have like rock fights.
Oh yeah, we throw rocks at each other all day.
Way different now.
Very dangerous.
Crazy. Very dangerous. Like my best friend Nick and my cousin his name is Alvin. They was having a rock. We was coming back from the bowling alley. And was having it was actually no, it was coming back playing basketball from the college. And they was having a rock fight. They was tossing rocks at each other. I told them, don't throw rocks at me. I ain't fucking. I'll fucking fuck both y'all up. Leave me alone. And so they was going back and forth. And then they kept on going harder and harder. I'm like, y'all stupid. This one, Nick threw one, and Alvin ducked, popped him right in his fucking eye. Big ass rock. Like he had to go to the doctor. And
wow.
Yeah. They say you lucky you didn't lose your fucking eye.
Dude, that's thinking back, like getting rocks, like me, because like I was a pretty tall kid. I was always in baseball. I was always the pitcher. I was pretty good at throwing things pretty hard, and it was really responsible for me to be throwing the rocks at my little brother because I would I wasn't throwing them. I was throwing them hard. And when I hit him, actually, when I hit my brother Philip, for those who missed the story earlier, I hit my brother Philip in the temple right here, and he's like partially blind in that eye to this day. He has a big scar right here. He was behind this tree that was like smaller than him, so he was like ducked behind the tree, and I threw it kind of sidearm, and it was kind of like a flatter rock, so it curved. I threw it curved, and like it's almost like some shit from that movie Wanted. It curved and hit him right in the side of the fucking head. Just it was pretty impressive.
It's pretty impressive. I almost killed my brother. It was pretty impressive.
Dude, yeah, because like that's fucking terrifying to get hit in the head of the rock. That's
fuck.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. But pop culture, 90s versus everything else. And here's my thing. something I was thinking about too is like, why is there pop culture now? There's pop culture, but it's not the same. It's like everything's out here on internet, online, you have access to, but it's more of a I guess you can call movies like the MCU and all shit like that pop culture for its
Yeah, but
own
even
stance.
that pop culture, I mean, but that's nothing new. I mean, the movies are better, but
Yeah.
it's not its own thing. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like Spider-Man's been around forever.
Yeah.
Like honestly, while you were saying that, I was trying to think like what's right now, like what's in style, like what is the 2010s or 20s creating that's they're going to look back and be like, oh, we did that back in the 2010s or 2020s. So I'm like, is there
Cryptocurrency.
anything like that?
Crypto.
Yeah, but
that shit.
that's for fucking dorks, dude. Like that's not pop
NFTs.
culture.
NFTs is going to be the news. It's going to be their pop culture.
Yeah, we're in trouble if the NFTs are pop culture. Well, you pissed me off with NFTs, Ryan. That's a good place to end it.
All right, that sounds good, man. That sounds good. Hey, we survived.
We survived. We had some good conversation. We had some nice chat going. Thank you, Lyndon, for hanging out in the chat with us. We had more people show up for our first stream than I was expecting. So hey,
right, me too.
That was good.
That's good. I liked it. So we'll be doing this. I'm hoping we'll be doing this more. The live streams.
I think it's probably the way to do it, right? You just do it and uploading. We'll have to get a thumbnail afterwards, but
yeah, do a thumbnail.
We should probably start working on the thumbnail before the live stream next time, so we can, and then I'll send it to you. Then you can add it as part of like the preparation for the stream or whatever. But guys, we will be back on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Time. Give or take a few minutes, but right around 3 p.m. Central Time. But we really appreciate you guys being here. Ryan, do you have any last words before we call this bad boy?
Well, last words. If you guys haven't, like the banner says below, go ticker, like, and subscribe, and please share this out with people. We just want the support, want to grow this channel. We're all about having fun, all about talking about great topics. And if you have anything that you want us to discuss and bring up, please put it in the comments below. We will be happy to do so and see if it's even worthy to talk about. And yeah, we had a good time. It's all about being yourself and just having a good time. So that's pretty much it.
Yep.
I'm good.
See you guys on Wednesday. Take care. Bye-bye.